Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in at another episode of Conversations with OG. I'm Meatball.
I'm Barb.
I'm T.
I'm Dre.
And today's topic, should a partner feel entitled to any type of financial gain if they're not married?
When their partner passes. Gotta say it like that.
Oh, they wasn't married or break up, pass, die. Same thing. She gonna want something. She gonna try to scrape something out of me even dead. So what you think, Dre? We'll start off with you.
Well, I feel like this, if I leave her with something specifically, then she's entitled to that. But 9 times out of 10, she's going to take and get whatever the fuck she want anyway, because if you and your partner is together, she know where everything is at more than your family would. And then when a person passes, 90% of the time they pass, they not knowing they're going that day unless they're sickly. If you're sickly, you know it's coming. But if you're not prepared for it, and you know, people have accidents, heart attacks, and it just come out of nowhere. So they're not prepared, and they're not saying, okay, well, this is where everything is at. But the spouse knows where everything is at. They may not be entitled, but they're going to take it.
So basically, she go steal.
It depends what type of woman it is, or what type of man it is, whatever characteristics there is. Like if it was vice versa in my situation, if my spouse passed and everything was left, I'm gonna make sure her kids have whatever she has, because it's not mine, and I'm the type I can get out there and get it on my own. But if a person is a deadbeat bullshitter, they looking for a come up, they're gonna take whatever the fuck is there.
What do you think, T?
I think if they're not legally bound, which means marriage, or they don't have children, no, they shouldn't be entitled to anything because they weren't. I mean, if you didn't take the necessary steps, you know, as far as making a will, making a trust, or getting married, then that partner has no legal say over any assets that their partner had in their lifetime. Because guess what? If that partner had children, it's going to go to their children. If they didn't have children, it's going to go to their parents. In the state of Michigan, that's what happens. So, no, I don't think they're entitled unless they specifically state, like Dre says, that they want their partner to have, you know, whatever it is that they are entitled to.
What do you think, Bart?
I think you are. I think if you build with him and grind with him from the bottom to the top, and he wanted to leave you something even after y'all broke up and went separate ways, and now you and him may not have never got married, but you were the one there for him. You were the one that helped him get to where he's at. I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with leaving that person something. I don't believe marriage has a big emphasis on it, or whether you're married or not. I think it's just based upon who you feel is worthy enough to have what you've worked hard for. So, I mean, you could be married and I still might feel like I don't want you to have a certain amount of stuff. I only want you to be limited to what I want you to have. So, to me, it's just about who all you trust and who helped you grind to get to where you at.
Okay, well, I feel I wouldn't want a person to do right by me. I feel I don't need a person to do what they feel they need. That paperwork will speak for me. You know what? If we're building together, it ain't gonna be your words out of your mouth telling me nothing. That paperwork going to tell everybody this is ours. Your name is on it. My name is on it. If something was to happen to you, it's going right to me because my name is on it.
But it's not always true.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think people make a big mistake by assuming people's want to do right by them.
Yeah, I agree.
And somebody saying, you know what? You know, we built this together, so they have an artificial sense of entitlement. Mm-hmm. That ain't going to work. What's going to work is that paperwork.
Well, what I'm saying is that you're saying the paperwork, but it's no guarantee. You know, people change beneficiaries on paperwork all the time. So you may think at that particular moment that, oh, we got $100,000 life insurance policy. And when y'all first met and were together, your name was on there, but you do know she has the right to go change it anytime she feel like it, and you don't have the right to know whether she changed it or not.
Absolutely.
So
that goes back,
the paperwork goes back to saying that the paperwork
you assume this person is going to do right by you. But let's just say life insurance can go either way. You can't control a person can tell you they did one thing and they do nothing. You have no way of checking. If we're talking about a business, if you starting a business, let's say you starting a donut business, you want to sell donuts. When you and this person start the grind, your name is on the business, his name is on the business. That's what's going to make him do right by you. Not him saying, baby, I got you. If anything go wrong, like, fuck all that.
That don't mean
if y'all was to buy a house, what's going to make him do right by you if he sell the house? That paperwork. You're going to have
That's just going to guarantee him that he's entitled to half of the money when the house is sold. That's all. That don't mean he's going to do right by me.
That's going to make him do right by you financially.
He can do right by me, but he's still going to get the half of the money for that house when
That's right. He's supposed to. Just like the shoes on the other foot. You get half of the money.
So he.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's not making nobody do right.
The paperwork is going to make them do right by you. You can't cheat me because when you close, it's going to be 50-50 in there, and I'm going to be at the table when you close if we still go together or not. If you still cool with me or not.
Oh, so he's going to always. So
you can live in the same house with your mate, but the deed is in his name. And guess what? If he dies, you're not going to get the house. You ain't
getting shit. The kids get it.
You could have paid the mortgage and everything. But if he has kids, if he has parents, the first choice is not going to go to you. You got to fight them in court.
And you're going to lose.
See, that's why paperwork is so important.
You, though. They got to do the.
Well, you get evicted in 30 days.
Shit.
So if a person dies,
work out that quick for me. I've been trying to evict motherfuckers. That shit take 90 days to.
Well, you put in eviction. That's because you're getting the bailiffs come out. But Michigan have another law where you can sit up here and it's going to lead to altercations. But most people want altercations. When I'm mad and you holding me up, I want problems with you. So Michigan, I can go in and evict. I can take the doors off my property. It's mine. So if I want to take if I'm taking the doors off your house and you got all your possessions, now you have a problem with me, right? Yeah, I wanted them problems anyway. You playing right into my hand. So I don't think people should assume a person is going to do right by them when it comes to business. Life insurance is something a little more trickier because a person, he may get mad at you or she may get mad at you and go and change everything up. And they may live another 50 years. I'm at my job. This is what happened at my job. A man had put his girlfriend on his life insurance. And shit, they broke up. He got married. He was married for 10 years. He never thought to change.
He forgot about it.
Forgot about it.
He was old as hell.
No, he was like maybe in his 50s.
But you just forget.
I don't forget shit like that.
Yeah, some men do.
As soon as I break up,
the lady was probably taking care of all the paperwork.
Yeah.
So it went
and
by.
When he died, guess where all that money went?
To
the ex-girlfriend he don't even talk to.
Yep.
And the wife looking like she can't do that.
That's why I do
my
own paperwork.
And she kept that money.
But the wife should have been like, oh, you got life insurance at your job? Okay, let's double check. See, this is where paperwork and going over it is important because you're like, okay, because I bet you he never thought about it again.
Never thought about it.
But if she would have brought it up to him and said, hey, let's talk about life insurance. You got life insurance with your job. You got this, you got this. But he never thought about it.
And she never brought it up
like
to him. Bart.
Right? She never brought it up to him.
Men don't think about changing paperwork. Most men.
They don't.
We don't think
because they got a whole bunch of other stuff on their plate. And they're not thinking about the paperwork.
I'm changing paperwork because I'm a petty, spiteful motherfucker.
See? And there are men like you too.
If we have issues, soon as we break up and stuff, I'm changing that shit. Because man, fuck that shit, yeah.
See, I'm the type of guy, I don't change passwords. I use the same password for everything.
Well, don't say it.
No, you gotta change that shit, motherfucker.
Well, what I'm saying, even at my job, I ain't never been hacked.
I've been hacked, so I changed my shit repeatedly.
See, my job changed our password every 3 months, and I hate it because now
You gotta remember.
You gotta remember.
Well, I gotta keep changing it, and I forget to change it. And once I change it, now I'm locked out. Then I gotta call IT. IT gotta go back, and I do that every 3 months. I've been doing that for the last 2 years. I just keep
You
forgetting.
just gotta keep switching up same password. Just keep rotating.
Yeah. See, I don't. So men don't think like women think. They stay on top of things, on top of paperwork. And even myself, I need a woman to stay on top of my paperwork because I forget. Even when it's time for my insurance, my life insurance, my medical insurance, I don't even. All that shit look the same to me. I'm like, well, which one is best for me? Since I don't go to the doctor much, they say, well, pick this plan and.
Yeah, I do Michael stuff.
Yeah, see,
I'm
men
gonna
ain't
tell
with that.
you the negative about that. My uncle died, 5 houses, and the chick name. Guess what? She got off 5 houses paid for. No mortgages or nothing. Now I'm gonna give you another situation. Dealing with a guy back in the days, making money with him. Guy was a multi-millionaire. He wound up getting married. He wound up getting killed. And guess what? He had kids previously before his other wife. And she wound up getting everything. So this other guy, he got kids out here that's just out here fucked up.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
and see, they should, and legally in Michigan, she didn't have the first right, so they would have had to fight her in probate, which something that they probably didn't know, and they would need money for that.
Why you
So-
say she didn't have the first right? She was married.
Because you don't have the first right in Michigan. Your children and your parents have first right over
Over the wife?
over your spouse.
I'm gonna have to research that.
Over your spouse, and I will give you an
Is
example.
this a new law?
I don't know when it went into effect, but I'll give you an example. We know a person, right? He passed away. His wife, like he was older, right? Him and his wife got married when they were older, and I think maybe they were married for 2 years, living in his house, right? Family house. She came into this family house.
I agree.
So when she got married, her children and her grandchildren thought this was their house now,
Right.
right? So when he passed, she was still living. So his family let her live there, and her grandchildren lived there, but it was still his house. But she wanted to fight for that house, saying, that's my husband's house, I deserve this, and when I die, I'm going to leave it to my grandchildren, type thing. But his family is like, no, this is a family house. You cannot do anything. So the children research, oh, it's a...
But I think
Michigan-
that was
It
different
was a
because that was
family
a
house.
trust.
It was a family
That-
house.
It wasn't even in a trust.
Oh.
No, it wasn't even in a trust. Michigan is first right. So basically, even if, and I'll give you another example, even if you have a will, right? I was working with an older lady. She's very successful. Her and her husband, very successful. They've been married for over 30 years. Grown-up child, only one child. The husband died unexpectedly, heart attack. Oh my goodness, right? So he had a will. Okay, everything was left to her. So she thought, until his family, not even their only child, right? But his family, meaning his brothers and sisters, came and contested this will that was supposed to be ironclad will, contested the will and said, you have family things that shouldn't belong to you, like a shotgun or something like this or something like that. Took her to probate, got half the estate as far as the estate of how much it was worth. She spent half the estate just to fight the family in probate.
Wow.
So a will is nothing. Let's just normalize getting your assets in a trust if you have family, if you have children, because the trust is the only way where the state cannot come and take your money. This trust is the only way where you don't have to pay inheritance tax. If you die and you leave your children money, guess what? Your children have to pay inheritance tax on that. Did you know that? No. So you put it in a trust because trusts don't pay taxes. This is how the rich roll their money over, and we got to get to normalizing this like how they act, because we have assets too, right? But we're thinking, oh, we have a will, so no, we have a will, it's going to leave to our children. No, it's not, because guess what? Somebody's going to fight it, and the only way for you to not lose your money that you worked hard for and you want your children or whoever you want to have is to put it in a trust. And let's not even go to like how many of people don't have life insurance. People in the clubs popping bottles and stuff don't have life insurance. But then when your time comes, now it's GoFundMe's and stuff. You know, let's talk about like all the things that should be really going on in our society that we're not talking about, because we have a lot of money.
Well, you gotta
Listen, we have money, but we spend it on stupid, frivolous shit where it never builds up to wealth, generational wealth for our kids, because we don't know how to manage it. And we always want to flex and show off for who are we flexing and showing off for? Strangers?
Well, T,
Right?
I think it's kind of different, because when people look at you, they gonna say, "Well, you look different from the rest of us." So,
And you have to go back
so
to we weren't taught that.
wealth, there you go.
We weren't taught that. You probably
I
were
disagree.
taught that.
I was taught that, but
Well, I
disagree.
I was taught that.
I wasn't taught
but
that.
I went against the grain.
You were taught that?
I was taught that.
Oh, see, I wasn't
I wasn't taught that. And you know
I
what,
wasn't
Dre?
taught that.
And if you was taught that, you didn't get it. You didn't get the lesson,
You know why I
because
didn't get it? Because I wanted to have
you
fun.
had to be rich at least twice.
I wanted to have fun, man.
But even with having fun, you still was
Yeah,
taught how
you was
to
still taught.
save
Listen,
money. So when
I've always been a giver.
Okay.
My issue with me keeping money, having money, I never have an issue making money. I've made money all my life. But my issue is making sure everybody else was good. I done heard you. I done heard Diddy. I done heard a million motherfuckers say, fuck them. You trying to make sure everybody else good. That's just me having a kind heart. That's just me.
that can't hurt. Okay.
But
Yeah, you gotta. Back to what you were saying, though, T. I think what you saying, you're 100% right. But I think from a culture perspective, of the black culture,
They don't
we
teach
was
their
not
kids that.
taught unity. We was not taught put your money together, come up, turn this into that. We was all taught worry about your own self.
Right.
yeah, every man.
You get
Every man for themselves.
That's right, and that hurt us. It hurt us then, and it's hurting us now, because the first
But
thing.
what do it originate from, though?
Well, it originated
It originate from the women.
Well, it go further than that, of
Boy,
course,
we
right?
doing everything for the woman. 90% of everything we do is for the woman.
Well, yeah, I think though, when you had, if you go back in the 80s and 70s, you had women 14, 15 years old having kids.
Okay.
So you got kids that don't know shit, raising kids that don't know shit,
Okay.
and it just keep going like that. The welfare system fucked all that up for black people.
Right.
First thing, you got to get rid of the man. When the man gone, that's the structure. So now the streets is going to take hold of your kids, and usually the streets don't give your kids back to you. So if you ask me, I think the welfare system damaged black people.
That's part of it.
Yeah, it was the breakdown of the family unit that damaged.
Okay.
You know.
What about okay, baby, you stay at home and take care of the kids, and I'm gonna get out here and make bare minimum. We're gonna survive off bare minimum. All that shit play a part. Like I'm still to this day, I'm a firm believer you need multiple incomes. There's no you a stay at home wife if you don't have stay at home money. You see what I'm saying?
Well, Trey, you think about what Barb said on the other episode. She said she don't even trust a man to put his name on the account.
She shouldn't. But my name ain't gonna be on her account, and her name is not gonna be on my account.
So we don't have trust
We're gonna have
under the same-
one mutual account.
If we don't
that
have
take
trust
care of
under the
business
under the same household, how can we build anything? You don't trust me and I don't trust you. That's still that welfare mentality.
How much? I don't care how much you trust.
No, I don't say it's
Hold on.
welfare. I say it's protecting the assets. That's not a welfare mentality for me. When I said that, I said I wouldn't put his name on the account, but I wouldn't forbid him from not having anything and giving anything. I'm protecting.
Yourself.
I'm protecting. Yeah, I'm protecting.
Yeah, but how you go protect? See, this is my thing.
No, you're not.
This is how
it could
most.
be a reason why I feel.
This is how most black women think. They think, you know what? I'm gonna spend his money and I'm gonna put mine aside. And she,
I never said
she
that.
all the black woman
I want to
is
say,
usually.
let me just interrupt you, because it's not just black women. It's
All
Asian women.
So
it's
do
white
you think
women.
like that?
I don't think like that,
See?
but I know Asian women that think like that.
Oh, really?
Yes. So let's not put it in like a category,
like a
of just
category
black
of just
women,
as black
okay?
women.
It's women, period. And it's certain women, you know, it's like there's certain money hungry women out here, you know, there's certain women that are 50-50. There's like fair women, there's not fair women, you know, so you can't put them all in one category, right?
Majority. That's how you settle that. Majority.
Well, you know what? I have dated white women. They wasn't like that.
I agree.
I have dated other race. I just got bad experience with black women. I think a black woman looks,
and I think you do
she look
because
forward to beat a black man down.
how you think of a black woman.
No, I just beat him to the punch.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with what we think about y'all. It's about what y'all show us.
Yeah.
But it's not always shown to y'all right away. See, that's why
Y'all had it.
I don't even think it's hid. I think it comes out when something is done, when something is taken advantage of, or someone is felt unworthy or not appreciated, or are not as Meatball always said, keep your foot on her neck. No, you don't
Sometimes
keep your foot on her neck. You don't, because once you make a woman feel like she's nothing, and then you give her the opportunity to see she can be something, she's gonna say fuck you.
But let me say this.
Real quick.
Let me say this.
And
The
that's real
biggest
shit.
transfer, I said this before, the biggest transfer of wealth is through divorce. Women leave men at 70%. That's an alarming big number.
Yeah.
Women always looking to upgrade.
But that's not always
My whole
upgrading.
thing is, I don't want no woman to think for a second you finna come up off me. That ain't going to happen.
Think about
so
this.
my foot on her
Okay,
throat.
so we're going back to the subject, and you saying not coming up on you. So say you marry, you getting married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to marry a woman, because as you say, usually the man always makes more money. So you're going to marry a woman always making you're going to marry a woman, say you at 100,000, she at 45.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't have a degree. I'm attracted to women with degrees. So usually if she got a 4-year degree, she should be able to make 80,000.
Okay.
Which is more than what I make.
So when you all get married, you got to
Now,
think
hold on.
wait, let me finish.
Let me show you my way of thinking.
No, I don't want to hear
After
you.
10 years, hold on. After 10 years of marriage and we don't work out, somebody got to pay somebody.
Right.
And it's the person that make the most money. I get some of their Social Security forever. Don't matter if they remarry. So I don't have a degree.
Who told you that?
That's facts. Look it up. Look it up.
Social Security.
Yeah.
You can.
She can remarry 10 times. As long as I'm the first person she married, she gets the
But
pay.
Well, and the longest marriage, really.
But it's 10 years. As long as it's 10 years from
Yeah,
the
it has
first
to be
marriage.
The longest.
So you gonna stay married for 10 years just to get some
Yeah.
Social Security?
Well, I'm gonna stay
Because you
when I
unhappy
do get
and-
this is what I'm saying, Barb. I'm going to marry a woman
There are
with a degree.
benefits to getting married. That's
She's going to have a degree, so she's going to make more money than me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely benefits to get married, but
for women,
it's
mostly
no
women.
for men too,
For men
because
too.
you
Okay,
get
tell me.
some men.
Well, share that with me.
That nigga on bullshit.
Okay, let me.
Share that with me. What's the benefit of
all
a man marrying a woman?
all men don't have jobs. All men
What is
don't
the
own
benefit?
taking
coming
care
up
of
on
them.
her.
Taking
Some
care of
men
you.
come up
How?
on
Can you give
women.
me an example?
Some men,
Yes.
you got women in the, you have men that come up
Give
on
me an
women,
example.
boy.
Give me an
I don't
example.
know none.
Very
of
You
few.
can't think of one.
I don't know one.
You can't think of one.
Yes.
Very few.
An example of a man being better than being better as he
Well, I
is.
know a man is better than a woman.
No, like
That ain't what she's gonna.
No, no.
She's gonna
How
say like she
marriage
hooked us up,
benefit-
helped us.
how marriage benefit a man, right? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, he
I
said
want you
that
to give me an
women come up
example
on-
how a marriage benefits a man. Just give me one example.
Your brother.
What about him?
So you think your brother would be in a better position if he
You
was not
foreign.
married?
You from Canada.
I think he would. Cause any single man do better when he gotta buy one burger instead of two.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Drake.
Everything you gotta
T
spend
family
two
got
times.
money.
Don't let him do
T
it.
family
No,
got money.
That's
Yes,
y'all
it
big
does.
Zach.
What
Yes,
does
it
that
does.
have to do with anything?
Well,
She asked you a question. You didn't answer it. Did you answer her question?
Okay, listen.
Did you answer her question?
Normally we don't make it personal. She made it personal. She said, your brother.
Okay.
I know where my brother come from. We come from nothing. He met a woman. Your family got what? You got lawyers, doctors in your family, right?
Yeah.
So you know what money look like, right?
No.
How
We
you know
didn't. We didn't growing up. This is something that they
Don't you
that
have
they
lawyers and
acquire.
doctors in your family?
Yes, but
They're
that doesn't.
successful, right?
But that's not beneficial to
That
her though.
doesn't benefit
What
me
it is,
as a
it is
family.
beneficial. You know why?
Not to her.
You know
Not
why
to
she's
me.
beneficial?
I'm not a lawyer.
They're
I'm not a
going to
doctor.
leave you out in the cold.
I don't have a
And it
degree.
be times you go out to your family house and you stay there for weeks at a time.
Yes.
Who can do that? Do you let any of your family come to you stay at your house at weeks at a time?
They better have their own.
What about you, Barbara?
Yes, I do.
Who?
They staying at my been staying at
No,
my flat.
I said come
My
to
house
your
on
house
Taylor.
where you and your girl stay at. Come stay at your house at weeks at a time any given moment.
I wouldn't want them there.
Okay, what about you, Barb?
I don't know. No.
What about you, P? You're the only one that does that. And it's for a reason.
And you miss work. You ain't got to be at work. You be gone for 2-3 weeks.
She do what she want to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
See?
See?
That goes back
You
to the
see
point
what
I was
I'm saying?
saying. Stay at home mom.
So she's
So-
privileged.
But
She's
listen,
privileged.
no, I'm not privileged.
You're
No,
very
I'm
privileged.
not.
You're
No,
privileged.
because I was working hard
How
Before you
Tina?
got
I'm
married.
44.
So you 44 and you're
Yes.
retired.
I'm not retired because I had to go back to work.
When last time you worked, T?
2021.
Okay.
God,
No,
good.
no, that's a
You just out here doing what the fuck you want to do,
That's
and
a
you don't
job.
think you privileged.
No, I don't because
You
I've had
almost
this.
like white privilege almost.
Oh my goodness! Listen, no, because you don't know how hard I worked before I took the time off. I took the time off because I had a baby. Let's go back to that.
Okay.
I took the time off so I could take care of our child, and instead of putting him in a daycare who was going to raise our child that we didn't know, I took that time off so we could raise our child together. But in the meantime, I saved up money.
For
So-
3 years
yes,
of living? You saved up 3 years
yes,
of living.
I did.
So
yes.
you're telling me, hello.
Your brother
so
didn't have to pay none of my bills for those 3 years
So-
because I saved up money.
Where you work at?
Yeah, don't worry about all that.
She
She
worked
said
with Tommy.
Your brother didn't have no
Right.
I
bread.
don't even know if you have
She
this
said,
time.
she said your
Tommy
brother
got a
didn't have
job.
to hold her down for 3 years. She
Your
had her
brother,
own.
he took care. Listen, he took care of
If he take care of the
What,
household,
DTE?
she should be
Family
good.
shit.
the family shit. But I took care of my own stuff. I still had bills. I still had credit. I still had debt. Right? I still had things I had to take care of that I took care of on my own. I paid for
So what
his
is
life
your
insurance.
profession though?
I worked in nonprofit.
Oh, that
You
means she
worked
was
in
hustling.
nonprofit.
I worked in
That's
nonprofit.
big as-
I was a program
Big as hell.
coordinator for a nonprofit scholarship program, but that's not where I got my money. I did other things. I had real estate, that I sold. I did things like that where I got money.
Oh, so she built up a nest
I
egg.
built up my own nest egg
Right,
so
right.
I could be able to take care of
Do
our
you have
child.
a degree?
No, I don't.
She's
So
a
where you
hustler.
get all this
She a
money
good
from?
hustler.
I'm a hustler.
But no, but you trying to say
I'm
it came
a
from her
hustler.
family.
I
I'm
don't
saying it
need a
still come back
degree.
from the family.
But
No, my money never came from my family. My family
If
never
you
came.
got all these houses, I'm still confused. The houses cost money to
I
get.
paid for it by myself.
So it just popped up money.
But
Just
then you
popped
have
up.
like a nail shop or something. You didn't like.
Oh, I used to do nails.
Nails,
I used to
okay.
sell
She
clothes. I used to do
ain't
everything.
did that many
Listen,
nails. She did that
listen.
many
But you don't
nails.
know how long. But you gotta understand. In 2009, when I bought my first house at 29, right? Yes, I
So
couldn't
where
get.
you get the money from at 20?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I couldn't get a loan because I just got my green card. I didn't have established credit. So this was the time where Obama was like, if you buy a house, I'm giving you this incentive. So I was trying to buy a house. I was looking, and this is during the recession where houses were 20,000, like good houses, 20,000, 30,000. I was shopping around. I couldn't get a loan. I asked my dad, I said, Dad, I need to get this house. I can't get a loan. Can we go on a loan together? He said, but listen, no. He said, we can go on a loan. We can go on a loan. And I paid him. I paid him for 6
But
straight years.
you see
But
the crush came in at?
I understand.
We don't have a crush. Dre, who can you go to and tell them sign for you to go get 20,000,
loan shark.
30,000? Barb, who can you go to besides your dad and say, I need...
Okay.
Who else, Barb?
Nobody.
What about you, Paulie? Who can you say, I need you to go sign your name so I can get this
It's two
30,000?
guys sitting at the table right now.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, but
Once
I paid him back, right?
But you
with
see the
some.
crush, though, too.
I understand the question, but that didn't make. I mean, from that house, when I sold that house, I made 100,000.
because you flipped, you made
I
money.
flipped, and I kept
But it
working, and I
came
kept
from
hustling.
your dad, though.
Hey T, did you get your dad any juice money?
Yeah, I did.
That's sweet.
So now, cause let's go back to
mean,
when you asked her.
But it's about the mindset too. If you don't have that mindset,
You
in
gotta
your
have
head,
a supporting
you're
cast.
not gonna.
You
you're
need a
not
team
gonna
out
do
here,
it.
T.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But
so
she
you had a
say she
team.
benefits your brother far as marriage. And we don't know because
Well, you
she
know what?
could.
I seen
She
she out there in the
could.
mud
It
digging
could
next to my brother.
It
He
could be
building
paperwork,
shit.
like you said.
Yeah.
She
Keeping
out there
paperwork,
building
making
shit.
sure he on top of stuff, making sure everything is done, making sure. So it is ways that a woman can benefit.
I think she could benefit. I always separate T from women.
And you
I
shouldn't,
think-
though. And you shouldn't.
I think what no,
I'm a
you get
woman.
dirty, you build, you know your place as a woman, you don't. So even though whatever you saying, you exception to the rule.
Well, yeah, she can be, because you do have some people that are exceptions to rule that don't know. Because I don't know. Barb be on some other stuff.
Yeah, see, Barb say up front, she don't trust a man, and I respect
putting
Barb
my name.
from not just being
But I'm
honest.
not-
and she
I don't trust men either.
But
like,
would you put my brother's name on the account?
Well, yeah, because he's my husband.
See, Barb, would you do it?
But listen, would I listen, do I have a joint account with my husband? No. We have our own separate bank accounts, right? And we
Okay.
have a business account that we put the business money into and whatever.
But y'all do have an account that y'all share together where his name is on it. It's not just
It's a
your
business
name.
account.
Okay, it's the business.
Yeah,
account.
we don't have a
But see,
personal
Barbara,
account.
see what he's saying for me, I'm saying just my name on all the accounts, business, personal, and everything like that. But I'm not saying, when I say that, I'm not saying that he's not entitled to, because your name ain't, well, your name got it. He's not entitled to spend any type of money or anything like that. But I just want to be the one watching what's going in and out of the account, rational. I'm not like, I guess you would say I'm giving it to him, but it's our money, but here. I want to.
Hold on.
I want
feel
to watch it.
No.
I gotta
Go
watch
back.
it.
You gotta go
Barbara
back.
Why you
think
gotta
like
watch
most
it,
like
though?
most women.
How is
I
he
got-
giving it
She
to him if
just
it's
bold
y'all
enough to
money?
say it.
I gotta watch.
I gotta understand that. She said she's giving it to
she's
him,
the
but it's their money.
regulator. She's the
So he-
regulator of the
You
fund.
regulating his money too?
Yeah, she regulates
Yes.
all the money.
I-
all the
I-
time.
I-
She didn't answer
I
that.
know,
Y'all
yeah,
answered.
but no, but listen to what
Are
I'm
you
saying. It's
regulating
an
his
account,
money?
so we got a business account, a personal account, or whatever. It's in the house of account with bills. But the only person name that I would want to be on the account is my own. Now call
So
me.
she
Is
giving
he
you
putting
money.
his money in there?
Yeah, but I'm not just going in the account spending money without him knowing. I'm gonna say, okay, I spent this.
So can I
Why
ask
is only
you,
your name on
why
the
is
account?
it just your name if he's
Because
putting
you don't
his money
trust?
in there?
Because I don't
If
trust.
I'm putting my money in there,
That's
your
the only
name
reason.
ain't
I
gonna be
can't.
on
That's
it.
And
the
is
real
it
true
because
reason.
of how you
That's
grew
crazy
up? Like,
as
why
hell.
do you not trust him as a person? Like, what? Is
No,
this
it's not that I
person-
don't
it's
trust
just
him as a
me?
it's not that I don't trust him as a person. It's just my own personal things of just growing up in life and witnessing people go through things and
But
stuff
do
like
you
that.
trust him?
Obviously not.
I do, but I
You think you're better at?
I'm better. I think I'm better at finances and money, far as keeping things in order like that.
Nah,
Does
you
he
just
have a
don't trust
problem
dogs.
with his name not being on the account?
Well, no, because we ain't got no shared accounts right now. But
But if he's putting his money into this account and he,
I don't know. I don't think he would.
Well, it's,
I don't
it's
know.
just to
I mean,
say.
he
Do y'all
might.
stay together?
Yeah,
Okay, is his name on the lease?
my house is that's my house.
Well, is his name on the paperwork?
No.
See, it's the same thing. Barb is comfortable with having complete control. Yeah, you can help pay the bills, but your name ain't gonna be on this mortgage, or your name ain't gonna be on this
I
deed.
saw that happen to somebody. I ain't
But
gonna
I wouldn't say
specify
if I
names.
sold my house, I wouldn't give. If I sold that house, I wouldn't say.
You gonna give him what you think is fair.
what you feel like he's worth.
You ain't gonna give him half.
Well, no,
is he paying half?
he pays bills. I mean, yeah, but why would I give him half?
See,
Listen,
I mean, but if he
listen.
pay half,
I saw- listen.
I don't think you should give him half either, Barb.
I would say, but I would give him
20%
something.
is fair.
I would give him something.
I mean, is he paying towards like the mortgage?
Yeah,
Did
he
he put
pay-
a down payment? Like
No,
did he,
the
like,
down payment was
Well, like,
me
you know.
or whatever, but he does pay like towards the bills in the house, the mortgage and stuff like that. So if I sold my house, I'm
Barb,
not
you
gonna
a
be.
boss, Barb.
I'm not gonna be
Boss
selfish
Barb.
and not give them nothing, but I'm not gonna be like when you say half has to be that
yeah.
we would like you and Zap that or Drea. I don't know
Well,
how
it
y'all
has
do.
not- yeah.
It has to be half, but I would
See,
give
you
him
know that
something.
shit ain't right.
No, I'll tell you a situation.
know that shit
I'll
ain't
tell you
right,
the,
T.
I'll tell you a
How's it
situation.
wrong?
Because you
No.
want to dictate
Listen.
everything. You just like me, but you a female and you don't want to say it. You gonna run shit. You gonna tell a motherfucker what they gonna get. And
No,
if they don't
I'm
like
not
it,
telling him
so
what
give
he's
him half
gonna
then.
get.
If you just sell your
Half
place,
of my house?
yeah.
I didn't give
Put
Zap
his
half.
name on the deed. Do
No.
the right
I didn't
thing.
give Zap half. I didn't give Zap half when I sold my house. You know why?
He could have took half.
But I did.
He couldn't have took
no,
half.
because it was prior to our marriage when I bought the house, so he couldn't have took half. But I didn't give him half because he didn't pay for anything in this house. He didn't pay for any notes. He didn't pay for any bills. He didn't pay for any taxes. He didn't pay for anything. So I didn't give him half.
Did you give me anything?
Yeah.
You broke CT. You
I mean, I freaking helped. I paid for the damn driveway and the gate.
good job, T.
I mean, I didn't pay for it all, but that was
Ray
my
said this
portion
is some
of,
bullshit.
what I
Hey,
felt
I mean, I'm whatever
he
y'all
contributed to.
CT, you
No,
all
girl,
right.
you can't be whatever
But
we
Barb
feel.
is a typical black woman.
You
She
know
want full control.
That's not
She
having
want,
control.
she want her foot on the
That's,
man's
no,
throat.
no, it's not.
You know what?
No, it's
You
not.
gonna pay these bills, nigga, and
No,
if I
it's
do
not.
decide to move, I'm gonna go buy a house and I'm gonna tell you pack your shit. We moving.
No, I'm not. That's not true.
That's what you said last
That's
time.
not true. That's because he was broke. You say that was a different scenario. That was somebody who had nothing, no money, no income, no nothing.
So if you
Dre
sold
was
your
on
house and let's just say your dude say, baby, come on, let's move out here to Westland. You say, no, I want to move to Redford. Where will y'all
it.
end
I'm
up at?
already in Redford.
Where will y'all end up at? Redford or Westland?
No, I would ask him what's out there in West
I just
Lane.
like it out there. The air is cleaner.
Oh, okay.
So would y'all move to Westland?
We would have to compromise.
Ain't no compromising with you, Bob. Y'all
We would
moving
have
to
to
Redford.
Dre, why you not shaking your head?
Y'all tripping, man.
Ain't
How was it a trip, Dre? How?
Barb Stern.
How? You've been married twice. How was it a trip?
First
How?
That's why
I'm not
he's
I'm
not
not
dealing
putting
with
my
it.
money in your account if my name on anything. That's one. And
Drake.
secondly, I mean, y'all expect, like, remember we had the conversation, your house is paid for. They will want you to sell your house to get a house with their name on it and pay a new bill. I mean, the thought process
Insane.
of most women is ridiculous. You want to sell a paid for house because your name ain't on it to get a
Well,
house.
she want to feel equal.
I don't
We're
care how
not
she feel.
equal because
I
we're
don't
selling
care how
my
she
shit.
We want to feel
That's
equal.
fair. I
I'm
don't
not
care how
equal
she
living
feel.
in your house.
You hear that shit, Diddy?
I'ma tell
She
you the
wants you
worst
to
thing.
sell your house
Diddy,
that's
you think
paid
that's
for
wrong?
to put a note down on some
That's
other
wrong.
shit.
So
So she feel like it's
so
her
you
house.
feel like if you move into a woman's house and it's hers,
That's
that
her
y'all
shit.
equal?
We not equal.
Okay,
It's
so
her
that's why to
shit.
sell your house. Let's get something together and
Well,
be
how
equal
about you go
as
buy a house
team.
and I come visit
Y'all
her and
feel
her
the
shit?
need to be equal. Men, we know our role.
Yeah.
Y'all feel like y'all want to overplay the role. If I move in your shit, that's your shit. You moving my shit, that's my shit. Somebody gotta, you know what I mean? It is.
Yeah,
what it is.
women always, and I notice when you talk to women, the two things that turns me off is when they get to talk about what they feel and what they think. Women
That's
never
number
talk
one.
about what they know. Tell me what you know. Don't
I
tell me what
feel-
you think. Don't tell me what you feel. Tell me what you know. And as soon as they get to talking about I feel this and I think that, I'm shutting it down.
Soon as they
Because
say,
that shit is going to change.
soon as they say they feel something, we did something wrong. I feel,
It ain't gonna
I feel you
benefit
should have said that.
That's true.
It don't benefit you.
I don't say that, but I mean,
It doesn't benefit. When a woman
no
says
matter if
she
you was
feels
right or
what she
wrong,
think,
you was
it ain't gonna
wrong.
benefit
because
you.
she felt it.
I felt you was wrong when you said it this way.
Yeah, I had a female tell me even about this show. She said, you know what? I just feel what you be saying. You can say it different. I say, why I gotta talk in a specific way to make
happy.
you feel a certain way? But what I say wrong, you ain't say nothing
It's the way
wrong.
you said it.
It's what you
your
said. See, I'm
delivery.
like, fuck all that.
No.
Fuck that.
Sometimes your delivery when you
See,
first
you right on that same
you
shit.
first started, you was a little off the hook. You
Well,
was a little
I
off the
I
chain,
calmed
but
down.
you come a long way. You come a
Yes,
long
yeah.
way. But when you first started, my brother, you was the
Listen,
slave
all the
owner of
females
women.
was on you. The ones that I said, listen to the podcast. There's like,
Oh.
oh, that meatball.
Oh, they wanted to meet you in the parking lot because you was scandalous. I had one say, where he live at? Was we could talk about this in the streets. You was terrible.
Listen, Barb, I'm the
You
same
was
dude.
terrible, but you've calmed down and you've calmed
Don't try
down.
to water me down.
No, you
I
have
ain't watered
calmed down. You ain't as bad as you was. You was reckless.
Well, see, the thing is,
You was reckless.
I'm getting more professional. I'm getting better.
Yeah, we trying to get
A little bit more polished.
Yeah, I'm more polished.
I like it.
And your still main topic is always us.
Because
Well,
y'all have the problem. Y'all have the problem.
It's always us. The men don't play a role in nothing.
We do play a role.
It's always
we
us.
sympathize with y'all bullshit, and that's why we go through so much.
But you gotta think,
We gotta start putting our foot down. Men gotta put their foot down.
I believe even since we talking about the old me, I believe if a man take on a woman responsibility like raising her kids, I think he should get something extra.
I agree.
I don't think
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
he different.
You got it.
But
yeah,
you all lower
should get
y'all
extra shit.
standards and stuff just to make a woman happy. And remember, I asked y'all.
What you mean?
Yes,
Well,
y'all.
hold on. What you mean by lower our standards?
But y'all do.
Hold on.
Y'all do.
What you mean?
Yes, y'all do. Yeah, I have to break it down to y'all real quick. Y'all will marry a girl knowing y'all don't want to be married just so y'all don't have to hear her mouth or just want to make her happy. Why? 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 I'm not marrying nobody I don't want to marry.
I'm gonna break down what you said. You say a man married a woman just to make her happy, and that don't make her happy.
But you still do
it. Don't even make her happy.
It don't make her happy. Why? Because he's still cheating because he wasn't ready to get married.
No,
like, why doesn't it make her happy?
Okay, how about this, T? You bringing up the worst scenario possible, a man cheating. What about the man that sits in the parking lot after work for 2-3 hours drinking with his buddy because he don't even want to go home to that nagging woman?
Well, why marry her? You knew she was nagging.
Once again, he married her to make her happy. She wanted that title that bad.
What the hell was you tricked at? Didn't nobody? How she tricked you?
Nobody tricked
Listen,
nobody.
I'm gonna tell you. This is a true story. The last time I was married, she told me the stuff you want me to do is what a wife does, not what a girlfriend does.
Yeah.
I had guys at the job like, listen, young blood, she tricking you. If she's not doing this in the beginning, that's not part of her makeup. It's not part of her DNA. And all that, you do this, and I'm gonna do this as a wife. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, and I did. And guess what? They was right. All that was just game. It was all part of bullshit.
Yeah, but woman would tell you, I'm not going to take on a wife responsibility with the title of a girlfriend. So you say, like Dre said, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to do this to make her happy so I can get what I want.
But he didn't want it. So when you don't want something, you do something just to pacify somebody else. It doesn't
you
work.
Are who you are.
It doesn't work.
You are who you are.
It doesn't work. Am I right? Do you disagree?
You are who you are as a woman.
I don't disagree.
Do you disagree, T?
No.
When you do something just to make another person happy to pacify their needs is not going to work.
Well,
so that's why the marriages don't work. It's not because of the woman.
Either you're submissive or not. You can't tell me I'm going to be submissive as a wife. Either you're submissive or you're not. Yeah. And that's what I didn't follow. You are who you are.
Correct.
If you
but you can't ask for submission if you don't walk the man role. If you don't give her if she's out here and she doesn't trust you and you don't give her comfort in the role of being your wife, she's not going to be submissive.
So
if she's
psychologist. You want a man to make you feel safe. You want him to make you feel sexy. You want him to make you feel secure. Listen, men don't have psychology degrees. It ain't our job to make you analyze. It ain't our job, nor is it our place to do all these things to make you feel good about you.
Ain't nobody said
that sounds like low self-esteem.
Listen, no, ain't nobody said that. But if you're gonna tell me you want a submissive wife,
I don't say that.
Right?
A submissive woman. She got to be a submissive woman before she become a wife. If she's not that way already.
Do she?
Yes, she do.
Do she?
If she's not a submissive woman, if she's not a submissive woman, she would not be a submissive wife.
Do you give her the appropriate reasons to be submissive?
She's supposed to be raised that way.
Come that way.
No.
I'm gonna tell any man you'll be a damn fool to think a woman's going to change once you marry her. If she wasn't raised to be a wife, she won't be a good wife.
I will tell you this: a woman will be happily submissive if she has for the right man.
See, I knew she was gonna say that bullshit. That's what all women say. That same bullshit.
You didn't even let me finish.
You sound like a strong black woman right now.
And guess what the right man is gonna do?
Right,
he's gonna make her feel protected. He's gonna make her not doubt.
He told you we ain't got psychology degrees.
This is what I'm telling you.
You want me to make you feel beautiful about you?
No, I didn't say none of that. I said you want a submissive woman, but you're not making her feel comfortable being that submissive woman because she always
tell
has
me
to
what
doubt
you
it.
They put
need.
that bullshit on
She
Facebook.
always has to doubt.
I read
doubt
that shit on
you're in the
Facebook
street,
all the time.
Or you're doing this and you're
She
doing
gonna be
that.
submissive
If she
for the right
trusts
man.
you,
T,
if she trusts
Can
you and she
tell me
trusts you as
three
a whole.
things a woman can, facts that a man can do for a woman to make her feel good about that man? Tell me 3 things.
Spend his money.
Protect her.
Number 1, spend his money.
Protect
You gotta put that out.
Defend her. And make her feel like she's the only one. So make her
Make her
trust
feel.
Trust
I didn't say
No,
take feel out. You
she
can't
has
use
to
the word
trust
think
him.
or feel.
She
Make her the
has
only
to
one.
trust him.
What
How
about
can
the
a
money,
man-
T?
how
You
can a
didn't say
man
nothing
make-
about finance.
Because it's not about money.
Yes, it is always
No,
about money.
no,
It's always
no,
about
No
money.
and no.
Always
No
about
and
money.
no. No.
And you know what, T? Once again, you can't use the word think or feel because either one of
No,
those
okay.
is not facts.
Protect, defend, and trust. That's it. You want to throw in money? That's other
Okay, let
women.
me
You
tell
want
you-
to throw in all that shit? That's other women.
Let me
If she comes to the table correct, she doesn't have to worry about money.
Let me tell you this, T.
Protect me, defend me,
The-
and let me trust you.
The number one,
All
the
these
number
are
one
actions,
reason-
verbs.
The
Right?
number one
You show
reason
me
why
action,
relationships don't work
I will
because of
be
finances.
as submissive. No,
The second
no.
reason why relationships don't work is because of communication. The third reason why, sex.
Control.
Control way down, but control go both ways.
But you talking about what? What
I'm
is
talking about
this?
why relationships don't work. First is finance. Second, communication. Third is sex. You can say
Weaponizing
cheating or
sex.
whatever, however you want to.
Now
It
there
got to
you
do
go.
with
Now
sex.
what you got it? What you say?
Okay,
What
but
about
I'm
the sex?
what
Because
you
y'all,
talking
every y'all
about?
get
No,
mad, y'all
I'm
talking
talking
a lot.
show up.
No, I'm talking about when you want a submissive woman.
I'm telling you,
And most men are saying, "I want a submissive woman."
okay, and
right?
I'm
Right?
telling men out there.
And this is
all the
how
men
you
that's
get.
listening,
This is how you.
if she's
This is how you get a
raised
submissive woman.
to be a submissive
Hold on,
woman, she won't change.
Answer.
to a
Hold on.
submissive
How do
woman.
you get a submissive woman? I want to hear this shit.
Protect her,
Okay.
defend her, and she has to trust you.
That means
That's
follow
it.
up on her bullshit. All
No,
the
why
bullshit
is
she
it gotta
on.
be
So be a
bullshit?
flunk.
There
She
you
said
go.
be
Wait
a
a minute.
flunk.
That's what you
Why
done.
you
You
on the
a flunk.
video then?
Anyway, y'all flunkies anyway. Y'all say we
She
tricked
said-
y'all. Y'all flunkies
You got
anyway.
me fucked
Yeah,
up.
y'all
I'm
flunkies.
for sure not
Y'all
a
a flunky.
I don't
Anytime,
know
yes
about
you
the
are.
other niggas.
You know why you a flunky? Because anytime you do anything just to pacify a woman and you don't want it, you's a flunky.
You know why we
do
do
whatever
that?
that
'Cause
woman
we don't
wants
wanna
you
slap
to do.
that motherfucking
'Cause you
hand
don't
on
shut up.
No.
No, Barb.
Yes.
No.
Barb,
Yes.
tell the truth though.
Yes.
I got
Because
it.
you don't
I
have
got
to
you on the
marry
same
her.
side.
You don't have to marry her.
I disagree.
You don't have to marry her or be with her. You can walk away.
reason.
But instead, you say,
I
I'm
don't
going to
know
marry
why.
her. I'm going to give her the benefit, but you don't have to.
You marry
So
her.
y'all are
Bullshit
flunkies
reason.
any damn
I
way.
agree
She
with
ain't
you,
making
Barb.
you nothing.
You know what?
You
Listen.
are what you are.
Listen,
So to
listen.
go back to what? Put your foot on their throat and let your foot up
See,
just
we ain't
enough so
gonna
they
let
can breathe.
no.
You said it all. I ain't even gotta say nothing.
Anytime to be that, I'm just keeping it real, fellas. If you out here doing stuff for women, be who you are. If you ain't gonna be who you are, don't start off giving women Rolexes and buying houses and BMWs and give you one of the downsides to McDonald's and Nissans and stuff, because she's not gonna respect you. Don't go in the
She's
game
always
I
with your
looking
thing.
for
disagree. Because
Don't
y'all
get
not
in-
who y'all are when y'all come in a relationship.
How?
Because y'all want this nigga to take y'all to 5-star
Thank-
and you fuck Lil Larry for a Coney Island deluxe
of all,
meal.
Well,
You see what I'm
first
saying?
off,
A chili dog.
A chili dog.
Well,
So you want
and
us to
Little
be
Willie-
who we are and y'all
but
not
y'all
who
not.
y'all are.
Y'all not though. Y'all not who y'all are. Y'all
But
want to.
again, that's the type of women that you guys flock to. The ones that want to get taken to 5-star
Yes,
restaurants.
'cause
The
y'all
ones
wanna
that
act
wanna
like
do
y'all
this,
big
the ones-
money
'cause there are women
Not
that
I.
don't give fucks about
I ain't
that.
got nothing.
Okay?
I'm fucked
So
up.
that's all. You just attracting the wrong type of woman.
But when
I
you
bet
was
they
out there
young.
making money,
I bet
they
you
was loving you,
all
wasn't
in
they?
this and
And
this.
I wasn't spending no money on them. I asked Paul, I broke up with a chick because she asked for some Air Max. And I was walking around with 10, 20,000 a day. I'm a cheap motherfucker. It's not, if I'm fucking you, I'm not spending money on you. If you my girl, I'm spending money on you. And if I'm fucking you, the little money I spend ain't no money. $100,
Well, you ain't gotta
that's
spend
no
much
money.
that way, because the standards is different. I told you,
These
go
motherfuckers,
get them a blunt and
everybody-
a half a pint and some
everybody
Burger
think they
King,
worth something
and you
now.
overworking
Well,
the
you know
shit,
what?
so-
I'm gonna say this. Once I'm gonna go back to a lot of these women is they overvalue
They
themselves.
overvalue
They
themselves.
think they
no,
think
it's
they
no such
hear.
thing.
I will
They
agree.
goddamn,
I will agree.
they
'cause I
neons
see some
thinking they
videos
Mercedes.
that I'm like, I cannot believe that women actually act like this. I can vouch for you, Meatball, but a lot of these women are younger, and those are the type
Some
of women
old and overvaluing
It's the
themselves.
younger ones. They have different.
Can I make sure this? What's the difference in your opinion from a woman 25 and a woman 35? What's the
No,
difference?
45.
Not much. You gotta go 45.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, let's say this. Let's give it
Let's say
3
40,
categories.
yeah.
Let's say 25, 35, and 45. What would you,
I would
how
knock
would you
35
count?
out.
Yeah, knock 35 out.
I would say
Well,
25 to 45.
okay, the reason why I say you can't knock it out, because that's the value. A woman has her most value from the time she's 18 till she's 30.
What, sexually?
No, to a man.
Sexually,
What? Okay.
not mentally.
No, it's
No, it's physical.
Physical,
Because
okay,
after
physical.
30, y'all
That's part
get
of
the
it.
sagging and shit.
Which
get
is
the-
like
look at
sexually.
that
So
Which
now-
is sexually.
So it's sexually, like
now,
you
so
see.
now
Physical. It ain't
35.
got nothing to do with sexual.
Okay,
When
Physical.
you start
We gonna
getting back and
make y'all
shit.
happy physical.
And so,
okay.
so you can't X out that.
Okay, so we
So
won't.
let's say I'm just gonna give you my scenario, but I think from 20 to 30 years old, a woman have her highest value in a man because
Not in
now
the prime.
she's a prime. Now from 30 to 40, that's when she's going to start looking to settle
Downhill.
down because she did all the bullshit she wanted to do. Now she think a man should settle down with her because she's done bullshitting. Now by 40, if she ain't found no man, she already know. You know what? I'm pretty much gonna take whatever I can get.
No. A lot of them motherfuckers in their 40s still feel like they at the top of their game. I see it all day. So no,
But
I
can I
disagree with
ask
that.
you, how can you even answer a question like that when you don't even date older women, do you?
No, I don't date her.
Oh, so you
And
can't
why?
answer that
Why
question.
you
I
only
can
date
tell
So
you.
you can't even
I
put
can
your-
tell you
Because
why,
he
though.
observed
But
older
no,
women.
what's
he
wrong with
cannot
older women?
speak on an older
Hey,
woman
when
and
a
how they lose the
motherfucker
value
in
when
their
he's never
40s
dated.
and
You
want
don't date
3
older
carat
women.
stones,
I talked to older women when I was younger.
A
said, do you
$60,000
date
ring.
older-
So you don't think a
currently.
younger woman wants a 3-carat stone?
No,
I'm sure she do.
a younger woman just she'll take whatever you
Now look at
give.
the young lady
I've
who
seen
just got a $2,000 ring on Facebook and told him,
How
no,
old
I
was
ain't
she?
take.
How
She
old
was
was she?
young, like
How old was
30 something. She was still young.
That's not young, 30
She was
something.
still
We
young.
talking about in their 20s. 20s don't know no better. Motherfuckers 30 and
Oh,
older.
they know
If you
better.
Y'all
gave a
living out y'all-
22-year-old female a quarter of a diamond ring extra, she's going to take it.
She's taking it.
She's taking it. A
After
30-year-old
her
woman.
mama finished talking to her,
See
she
there,
might
she
bring
fucks
it
her
back.
up. The
She
mama
gonna
fucks
bring
her
it on
up.
back
With her
to you.
bullshit.
Yeah, the mama
It was
fuck
normally
her
a
up.
single mama without a husband.
She ain't never been married, but she gonna fuck her daughter life up thinking she giving her good advice.
I
And
think
she
if
giving
you,
her
if I
terrible
don't think it's
advice.
overvaluing. I think if you are asked what you want and somebody asks you and you say that's what you want, that's what you want.
Come on,
if you
man.
ain't paying
Come
for no
on,
wedding
Bar.
or nothing,
Come
though.
on, Bar.
See, Bar,
I don't want no
Come
wedding,
on,
so I
Bar.
want a nice ring.
I believe older men should talk to younger guys and give them
So
the
you can
game.
train them.
No,
No, 'cause you can train them. Yes, it
We
is.
talking
That's
about
how
a
you
$35,000 to $60,000 ring. Come on, let's be realistic. Who the fuck buying a $60,000 ring that's not a millionaire?
I mean, some men do.
Well,
But
some
that's not...
dipstick
That's not
shit.
The
I mean,
same
Them niggas
dipsticks
is
that marry
dipstick.
people to make them happy.
that's the same people that spend
He wants to make
$100,000
them
on a
happy.
wedding.
Hey,
You know?
T, you have to admit, most of these guys out here, they wasn't raised with no man in the household. They
Yeah.
wasn't even have they didn't even have a role model. So how you think these men even know what a woman look like? They don't. So you know what? Whatever makes
Don't
them
they got a
feel.
mama?
Oh my.
Oh no.
They don't look at their
You can't
mamas
judge
as,
it off
as
your mama.
women
Yeah,
and
Hell
you know
no.
what?
black women and they don't
Listen,
look
I
at
don't
it like,
want nothing strong. I don't want
You know
nothing
what?
hard man next to me.
If I'm a
A
judge
woman's
of a
supposed
black
to be
woman,
soft.
when I say strong, I'm saying
I know what you mean, but I'm telling you how you saying it. You saying it wrong. Change how you saying it. Ain't that how you tell me? Get a new delivery. Men don't want nothing hard. And
men
strong.
don't want nothing where no one is. I say, well, a woman voices their opinion, stand up for themselves.
Them
Women,
your words.
no, y'all don't want women. Y'all don't like women like that.
I don't
we
Y'all
just don't
Y'all
like a
don't
woman
like
with a
women
lot
like
of mouth.
that.
I
That's
like
it.
for a woman when I tell her that's enough because I know things
We
get out of
shouldn't
hand.
have to say
She
that,
gotta-
though, Bob.
She got to cut that.
We shouldn't
You
have
don't
to say
you
that.
don't force no man into a situation that can get out of hand. So if you my woman, I heard what you said. You heard what I said.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Yeah,
we
let's
Now,
talk-
no,
we-
she
we-
don't.
revisit
She's going to
private.
keep going.
Yeah, talk
Well,
about
I
private.
still feel that you.
No.
Well, see, I agree to disagree, but see, I don't want to revisit when you ready to talk about it. I don't
Well,
even want to talk
so
about
we
it.
gotta
no
wait
more.
for you?
No, we ain't gonna talk about it no more. We done with
Then
the
how we gonna fix
conversation.
this shit? How we gonna fix
It's
it?
fixed
Barb,
once you left it alone.
You're not rational.
I am.
Sometimes,
Very rational.
sometimes
I don't
people
want
have to calm down.
I
so
think
things
Bob
don't
might
get out
have
of
to
hand.
work on her rationality, right? Because
I might go to
you
I told
would
y'all I
need
go
that
to 1,000.
conversation.
Have
You
you
would
ever-
need
have
that
you ever stole on a
conversation,
man
Barb.
I told you.
Have you ever stole on a man?
Yeah,
before?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
I guess. You see how
I
I
He
get
have.
was
that from you?
skinny, wasn't he?
I have.
He had to be skinny.
You see how I get that
I
from you?
wasn't. No, I
How would
wasn't.
I know you stole on a man
That's
before?
because you know me and we grew up together.
Well, because
and we,
you know what?
No, that's one
I'm
reason
still
you
tolerant.
Your
I can see-
personality.
Well, you know what, nigga? You ain't finna run the conversation. You know, things getting out of hand. When it get out of hand with you, you only gonna take so much.
No.
And bow.
Tito let to tell you that.
You
No,
ever been stolen on?
I have.
See?
I
You just
have.
like a dude.
I have.
You just like a dude. You done stole on niggas and niggas done stole on you.
I have. But
Like
see,
a
my
dude.
whole key thing is when the conversation, when you say leave it alone, let's not, in my brain, we left it alone. That's where it's at, and I don't want to talk about it no more.
Well, it's because so things don't advance and things don't get out of control when things going to potentially
He's
get
talking
physical.
about leave it alone in this present
See how
moment
she
right
get it?
I
now.
say leave it alone, period.
You see how she get it?
Just leave it alone right
I
now.
get it,
Let's
but
not
I'm
have this
saying we ain't
discussion in
never talked about
public
it
because
no
this is
more.
embarrassing.
We may say, baby, let's
Have it
talk
in the
about this
back.
later.
Yeah,
Let's talk
that's
about it later, baby.
That's it.
But Dre, you've been married twice. I'm pretty sure you and had your fair share of women. Had it ever been a woman when y'all was having a heated discussion, you say, okay, well, baby, that's enough, and she just stopped?
No.
Never.
I talked about that with you. Women feel the need to get the word. But not only the last word, it's a gut punch. It's that, you know what I mean? The fuck you. Okay, yeah, we're going to stop talking about it, but I'm going to say fuck you, and I'm going to get you this uppercut. Like, I've had a motherfucker tell me, that's where your mama, or some crazy shit. And whatever they say, it's going to be something to escalate.
I told you,
some other
you
shit.
remember the next time you want some pussy, go fuck your mama.
Damn.
You see what I'm
You see
saying?
what I'm saying?
Women just know where
that's how
they
they
hit
leave
you.
it at. They leave it at that.
But
You
y'all,
go
that's
fuck your mama.
petty as fuck,
How
though.
you gonna stop at that?
That's how
We
it
gonna
is.
stop at that?
Yeah, it
Think
just
you're not
right
gonna call
there.
back?
Yep.
No, that's time you pack your shit.
You right, I ain't calling back. I'm on the way over to that motherfucker. I'm gonna be knocking on the door in about 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I think that might be the issue with certain people. Like, they don't know when to just stop. They just keep egging it on until it becomes another issue, right? And it becomes like, then you wonder, like, why, oh dang, why did this guy go crazy? You know, like every time I see like a domestic violence situation that happened, my husband's always like on the men's side, like, what did the woman do? You know, or
See,
what
I
did
be
this
thinking
do?
of that. What
Or
the
what
fuck
did, you
she
know,
do?
like
Sometimes
it's always
it's
something
nothing
like that.
because
And
sometimes
sometimes it's
men
not
just like
that.
to
And
be in
sometimes men
control.
are just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
But you
It
leave
is
it
guys
open
like
for the conversation to be like, well, what did she do? What, you know, she must have played him for him to go crazy like that. You leave it open for men to
But once
think like
again,
that.
it's
you know,
always the woman somewhere playing a role in it.
Mostly
Well,
it's-
usually men
mostly
react
is
to
the
what
woman.
women do, and that's why I don't feel, you know, when you dating a woman with kids, it's reactions from that. If you dating a woman and that don't have nothing, is everything is going to have a reaction to it, and that's why when I talk, I'm talking usually from a personal perspective or something that I've seen. I don't think a woman should benefit from a man anything he got. You know, while you with me, you go eat good. If I take you out, you go drink good. But when I'm gone, I'm gone. If I love you or think that much of you, I would marry your ass. If I didn't marry your ass, don't come knocking on my door. I'm dead and you thinking my kids finna give you some shit because they ain't giving you shit. I tell my son right now today, listen, if I die, don't give nobody shit.
And I know who.
Well, you might have pride for you are what control what you have. You
Listen,
did
take
it out.
everything. That's right. And I
I hope you got all this stuff in the
No,
trust.
he don't.
I
You
got it
got
all
all this
lined
stuff
up
in the
now. I
trust?
gave them all the passcodes, everything.
They gonna
Listen,
I gotta
take
do
this
that. I gotta get
and
my
run.
baby all
Well,
the
he ain't ready
passcodes
because
and
you got one. Somebody
Yep,
got
you're
control,
done.
and Mama
It's your
always
turn.
gonna
He's
say.
19 now.
Mama gonna say, you know
Peace
what?
sign.
Come here.
She already put him out. She put him out. He stayed with me now, so I got all day to groom me.
Oh, he live with you.
All day.
Lord, he live with
Every
you.
time
now.
Listen, Sumo, he's such a good, like, upstanding young man. You know, like
He's different than what these little wild
yes.
motherfuckers is.
So
But he
that's,
didn't grow
you
up
know,
like
You know
that.
why?
He didn't grow
His
up.
daddy.
Daddy's in his
Daddy.
life.
Yep. And that's why it's so important to have both parents in the child's life, you know. Even if you can't make it work, you know, you always have to continue to be,
Please
co-parent
co-parent.
and be in that child's life. Because, I mean, imagine if you weren't in his life, what he would be like. A product of being around women and, you know, just
getting the woman's perspective.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important, you know, and how people end up is how they're raised. You got to think about it. You know, how I ended up is how I was raised.
So let me ask you this, T. You have a son,
Yes?
and you see how women do men, as far as manipulate them, trick them to do. Like even my relationship with my kid's mom, she manipulated me most of the time, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Now, if your son was in a similar situation that I was in, what would your advice be to your son? And you have to think.
My advice for my son, it would be harsh and it would be rough. It would be like basically, don't let no woman run you like that, manipulate you like that. You know how you were raised and where you stand, and you stand on that. You know, don't let no woman play you. Don't let none of that happen. Right? It's all.
So how would reinforcing that him continue to deal with that woman? And you think now you talking from the heart. How would that look? Him continuing on to deal with this woman, but at the same time you his mom standing by watching.
If he loves this woman,
Can't make them stop.
I can't make him stop.
But
Obviously,
you ain't gonna quit giving him advice either.
I'm not. But obviously he's doing this because he loves her so much. There's something about her that he cannot say no to. So I cannot stand in that way. I can only guide him until he wants to take my advice, but I have to let him live and learn his own lesson. Obviously, he loves her where he's like, I'm going to do it for her. I have to do it for, or whatever reason it is, he's doing it for his own reason, his own purpose. And I got to let him do that. Me being as a parent, I let him fuck up as many times so he can learn, right? I don't stop him before he hurts himself. I let him hurt himself because you got to learn. And if you don't learn, I don't know what to tell you, little man. You're going to keep fucking yourself up. And that's what he keeps doing. He keeps fucking himself up because I don't stop him. Me or my dad don't stop him. But what we can do is we can tell him, if you keep doing this, you're going to keep getting hurt. That's your choice. Whatever you choose to do, that's your choice. Now, your choice has circumstances and outcomes that you might not like. So you better think about that choice. That's how we raise him.
I want to ask one quick
He wants to
question.
go on ramps and shit. Guess what? He's going to bust his head. That's his choice. I'm not stopping him.
Okay.
You see, we don't stop him.
Yeah, but most black women prevent their sons from ever being hurt.
I can't
So
do that.
once they
Because he
come
will
of
never
age,
know life. He will
You're right.
never know life. And he will never know the hardships. You know, I was a parent where I was like, I don't want my children to go through what I went through. No, I actually feel like they need to go through what I went through so they can have my same morals and values and characteristics. Because if I continue to give them everything that I never had, they're going to feel entitled and they're not going to know how to work for it. And they're going to feel like I should give them everything. No, I shouldn't. You need to earn it. You know, you need to work for it, just like how I did. You know, so I think the problem is with parents nowadays, because we went through such hard upbringings in life. We're like, we don't want our kids to go through that. You know, we want to give them the best life. But what happens is they put them in this little pillow that their kids are like, oh, this is how life should be. It's no hardships. Everything's given to me because my parents. So now when it's time, like, you need to do this, they're like, what? I need to take out the trash. I need to do chores. What the fuck? You know, then that's where that comes in. And then now you have to butt heads with your kids because you chose to raise your kids like this. But really, you should have given them the hard life like how you had. So now so they could understand what it was like growing up and moving forward, right? Moving forward, if you have an entitled child moving forward, guess what they're always going to do? Leave their jobs, come asking you for money, all types of shit.
They're going to be a burden.
They're going to be a burden. I had to learn that with my daughter, right? She's 26 now, right? She was living in all of our properties for a while. She wasn't paying rent up until a certain extent. So I had to kick her out. My
You
family
evicted your own daughter?
hell yeah, I fucking evicted my own daughter. I said, yes, go. Because I'm selling my house. Go, and go, right? I gave you too many chances. You're not doing anything I'm asking. You can't even keep it clean. Like, what the hell? I didn't raise you like this, right? You go off and you find out how other landlords will treat you when your rent is late. Mm-hmm. And you find out how good you had it with me. Mm-hmm. And then you live that life without me. We're best friends now. She calls me every day. Because I needed to let her go. And my family was always like, you too soft on her. You don't do this. I don't care. That's my only, at the time, that was my only child. I'm going to protect my only child, right? I'm a, single mother. I'm going to protect her. But I had to come to realize I was hindering her. And I had to let her go. And I had to let her face all those hard choices on her own. And when she needed me, I knew she would call me. And she did. And sometimes I would help, and sometimes I would be like, you need to figure this out on your own, baby. And that's what you got to do. Like, stop all this fucking, it's my baby. It's this. You got to let them live and let them go explore and figure out hardships on their own, because how else are they going to fucking tackle life if you always there solving their problems?
I got a quick question just before we wrap it up. As a woman, like you're a mother, Barb, you're not a mother yet, but we talked about if you had a son, you will make sure the woman not used and financially and this and that. How is it easy for women to protect their child from being used, taken advantage of, but y'all do it to men all the time?
And I'm adding for you, answer T. I've noticed women go harder for their sons than they do their daughters. Women go out their way to protect the sons more than from other women. So when you answer Dre's question, can you throw that in too?
Because it's the same thing Barb says. She will not allow her son to be used by women in certain characteristics and things, but it's cool for her to have her man or her friend to do these things she didn't want her son to go do.
What I said, no, wait a minute.
Clarify.
Back up. I would not allow a woman, if I had a son, to manipulate and use my son to a certain degree. That's just like when we bought it. Just for our children. If he had children with the young lady.
I thought we was talking about finances.
Well, finances. Okay, it's only so much you're supposed to do. It's only so much you're supposed to give. That's not your wife. But now, if you're giving to her, don't get mad and say, oh, she using me and she playing me, because no, you the dumb ball that's giving it to her. She's not using you and playing you. If you the one who want to pay her car note and keep her hair done, her nails done, and buy her fresh shoes and keep her together, and she's not requiring this from you, but you're constantly giving this to her because this is what you want to do, then you can do it. But then I'm not going to let him sit up and say, oh, she playing me, or she using me, or she No, she's not. She's not.
So when come to find out she fucking somebody else, would it be okay for him to say that then?
I mean, if
he's sleeping with somebody else, he got some sense, don't he?
Women are good. Women are good.
Let me tell you something.
Hey, I seen on TikTok one woman, the guy was treating this woman good. She passed the fuck out at another man's house.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So she had to call, the nigga had to call her boyfriend. And like, listen, man, your girl over here, she passed out. He had to come and get her and take her to the doctor. He was there dicking her.
But why did the man go pick her up? He went and picked her up. Now, see, this is a goofball. This is why my son would have been a goofball to me. Another man called you and told you that your woman passed out at his house, but you a goofball gonna call me and say, Mom, I went and picked her up. Why?
Well, he got limited information, but once he figured, somebody call you and say, listen, she there. You thinking, why is he there? Who are you?
Right.
What's going on? But she's passed out. She need me right now.
Yeah, so
you
you
go and get her,
automatically.
but
You
then
gonna figure out whatever
you
happened
figured
later.
it out. Now when she comes to at the
Now.
hospital, he telling her,
Was
you,
she naked though when he got there?
that I don't know. You didn't get that information. But then he ended up with her at the hospital. And he said, you all want me talking about I'm this and I'm that. You had a whole nigga house passed the fuck out. And I got to come and get you from your side nigga house.
Oh, no, I'd have left him.
Yeah, he did leave her though. He left her.
But yeah, he ended up leaving her.
First off, I know this is the side nigga. I'm not even going.
But you didn't know that's the side nigga. Only
They
thing
said
you know
that
a
he
nigga
didn't know at the
you
time.
didn't know.
If he got there and she butt naked, you know she the
Well,
side.
How do you know she was
Well, we
naked?
don't know if she was
Yeah, we
naked
don't know
or
if
If she
not.
passed out doing sex.
We don't know
Well,
how
that's
she
what I'm saying.
passed out, Dre.
Well, if he
Shit,
was,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure he gonna put her clothes on her and he gonna get her together before you get there anyway. But the whole thing, your first thing is who the fuck is you and why is she over here? Them your first two questions. Once he say, you know what, man, me and her was fucking around, you still here with her and you go do what you can because
Well,
at
any
that
real
point-
man is gonna
No.
think, why you
Once he
calling
say they
my
was
phone
fucking
about
around,
my
I'm
woman?
gone.
Well, he said your girl is here, passed out at
And
my crib.
what are you
The
as
first thing I wanted, who the fuck is you? Second of all, why the fuck is she there?
No, how you get my
He
number?
went through her. He
and
went
why
through her
the fuck is you
phone
there?
and called him.
Everybody got locks on their phone nowadays. How you get in their phone?
Right, you put her thumb up to it.
On the face.
Or her
face.
phone. I don't know
Or
what he
face.
did, but he got into her phone and called her nigga. My first two questions: who are you, and why was she at your crib? That's what I want to know. Now we go figure the rest out.
Did he answer?
Well, he
Yeah,
told her that you know
yeah.
what, he was a side nigga. She once she came
This had to
to,
be
he
the
got all
South.
he
He had to
need.
be old South.
No,
Let T ask
But
the
see,
question so we can wrap it
she's
up.
great.
Okay,
What
yeah,
was the
let her
answer?
answer.
What was it?
I
What was the
forget.
question?
Okay, I remember.
I
I
got
remember.
it.
Okay, what was the question?
the question was if
Why is
like
it
how
double
you go
standard?
so hard, like a woman would sit up here have the same expectations of a man, but if her son was put in the same situation dealing with a woman, like when I just asked you, if Rocky was in the situation I was in when I was so in love and I couldn't even get past seeing love, you would interact. But see, at the time, you knew because you used to tell me, meatball, you know, you need to snap out of it. But I didn't even see what you were saying. You constantly was giving me good advice.
Put me out there.
Listen, listen.
Booty goo goo.
Somebody had but him wrapped
Well,
up
see-
under their
Hold on. Let me step in before you get there. Boy, this is why I say, I'm keeping this in there. This is why I say you need to experience, put more miles on you, get a couple threesomes up under your belt. Hold on. The reason why, once you get all that shit out your system, ain't nothing a woman can do. She can't turn you out because you done had it all type of ways.
Well, see,
that's how y'all be tricking us.
The thing was,
That shit is sex.
no, it ain't.
No,
Dre.
it's
the
mental.
thing was,
Yes,
I was
it is.
30 years old
It's
when I had
mental with him.
my whole thing was family.
And she was 19.
This is
Don't
the,
you think I went
How old
through
was
that
she?
bullshit?
She was
when
19.
Roddy was born, she was 20 and I was 30.
Okay, but when she started putting it on you, she was.
She didn't know what she was doing.
She was mentally
She was a virgin. She was a virgin. She was a virgin.
That shit is
She
bullshit.
got you.
That
She
shit is
got
mental.
you.
Hey, listen,
You believe that with your whole heart?
So you think you was the
I'm gonna let
first?
you believe that.
I wasn't the first.
I
I was the
thought you
second.
said she was a virgin.
Well, she was the nigga fucked like twice.
Nigga, that once he violate, that's
It wasn't no violation. That's what she wanted to
He
do.
put his dick in her. She's no longer a virgin.
Okay, let's not talk about
Okay, all right.
We done got all off
Anyway,
topic.
we off the subject.
Yeah.
Answer
That's
the
what I was
So the
saying.
question
The
was-
question was, I'm gonna use myself because you remember my situation. If your son was in the same situation and you know
She answered.
he was being,
Yeah.
but see that's what Dre was saying. Women are put.
Oh, but the question is, why do women go so hard for their sons
That's right.
and not as hard for their daughters? So,
No,
It was
Why
what a man in a relationship with.
Y'all
Let's say,
mistreated
you
men.
know,
Fuck
you
over
know
man.
what you
But
and
when
Zach
it's
is
a-
married. Now, whatever y'all go through, sometimes you probably know you being unfair. Because if your son was in the same situation, your husband,
You'll
is,
protect him.
you would protect your son from that
Protect
same
your- take your husband
situation.
through the
So, but
bullshit.
why would you take your husband through the bullshit?
It's a double
But
standard.
I wouldn't though. I mean, that's just me. I wouldn't because it's the same situation. If my husband is doing the same thing and my son comes to do the same thing, I would put his ass through the ringer too.
No.
You know, is that what you mean?
We saying like this. Just say like some women take advantage of men and all that bullshit. Now, when you see a woman taking advantage of
protect
your
your
son,
son.
why do y'all step in and ride for him when y'all do the same thing
To a man.
to this man?
Oh, okay. Well, I can't even answer the question because I've never taken advantage of a man, but I wouldn't encourage my son to take advantage of a woman. Actually,
you
one
put it
woman
on.
taking advantage of your son.
Yes,
okay,
I would.
that's why I use me. You remember how things was with me and my kid's mom, and you was like meatball,
Yeah.
snap out of it. Now, if it was Rocky, you'll be like snap out of it.
Yeah.
But if you would never tell you wrong for treating him like that.
I would. I've told Lily she was wrong. I've told my daughter she was wrong on certain occasions of her actions. Because I'm not like, I'm a person that likes to be fair. I think everybody knows that, right? So I'm a person that will speak my mind, whether it's my daughter or my husband or my family. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm going to let you know that, and I'm going to tell you, this is why I think you're wrong. And this is why I feel like it's going to fuck you up in the end. And I'll give her the reasons, right? You're going to continue to act like this. It's not going to continue to work for you because this is what's going to happen. This is what I tell her. Like, don't go into life thinking like this. It might work one time, but it's not going to work the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And I have to be the person to tell her that, because if I don't tell her that, who's going to tell her that? Right? I have to be the person that's going to tell her she's wrong. Just like I need somebody in my life that's going to tell me, hey, you're wrong, girl. And I'm cool with that. Right? I'm not a friend. Like, I'm the friend that's going to tell you you're wrong. But at the end of the day, we're still going to be friends. I need to be friends with people like that. Like, I need to be friends with people
that can give you reality checks.
So
that
T's
will
just
take
the
my-
exception. You just
that
the
will
exception.
Well,
take
because
my-
she foreign, man.
That
I don't
ain't
think
it.
that-
ain't got nothing to do with
That's not it.
She didn't grow up with all nationalities. That ain't it. So
You just
stop
accept.
saying that, because
I'm
that's
just
not
an
it.
exception,
She's
like,
an
I've been
exception
through
to certain things.
And I'll tell you, I've been through a lot. That's why my mind is how it is. I'm fair because I've been through a lot.
So your life experiences have
My
got
life
you too.
experiences have got me like this. Before I was the sharpshooter at the mouth. I would tell you anything that would
What
hurt
changed
you.
you?
Her life, she just said. I'm like,
Well, something
What
happened to
changed
change you.
me is people's reactions to what I said. Like people's reactions to the actions that I would do. I didn't like that. I didn't like how it made them feel. I didn't like how it made me feel, because at the end of the day, it was my character at stake. And I had to understand that.
and people
right?
look at you different. And people look at you as a troublemaker.
Yes, I
You
had
wanna
to understand,
always-
like, you keep going like this, you're not going to get far. You need to be like a person that you want to interact with. And I had to be like that. And that's what changed me, because when I was young, man, I was in these streets.
Took
I
me a
was,
minute to
I
change.
didn't care what I said to anybody. I did not care what I did. I did not give a fuck. But what happened was, I got in my own head and I said, you cannot continue to be like this and continue to get people's respect. They're not going to respect you. They're going to look at you like nothing, right? If you want people to respect you, if you want people to pay attention to you, up yourself, up your character, go into the uncomfortable positions where you don't really deal with, and you deal with that shit. And you take it on.
You must want to see a counselor or something.
No, I didn't.
Don't nobody think like that.
No.
Tell them T, life taught you.
No, life taught me.
Yeah.
Listen.
Life is a great teacher.
And I'll tell you this. I grew up in a rural area, right? So my parents were refugees, right? We came to Canada. None of them spoke English.
Your parents came here, Paul.
Yeah, didn't have nothing.
Was you born at the time or you weren't born?
I was born in a refugee camp. So if nobody knows where the refugee camp, we were
In
fleeing.
America or
No, in Thailand. We were fleeing war, right? My parents had to escape and go and pay somebody to bring us across the freaking Mekong River, right? Because they were trying to kill us, and take us to Thailand, which was a land where they couldn't touch you. And it was just across the river. But the point of going across the river, they were going to kill you if they caught you. Your kids and everything. They were going to kill everybody who decided to deflect from Laos. So my parents made it to Thailand. I was born in a refugee camp, and within 6 months, a family from Canada sponsored us. So we came to Canada with nothing but the clothes on our backs.
How you? Whoa, damn.
Okay,
We need to
subject.
talk about that later on.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's what happened.
That's
So
interesting.
yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I
But
would like
where was I even getting at?
We need to get you on an orphan episode.
Yeah, like so
Double standards.
so everything like I grew up in a rural area. I went to like a high school with all white kids. I was the only Asian. They called me every which name in the book. You know, I went to high school. I was really, you know, maybe 1 to 10 Asians. So I really didn't grow up like streetwise. But as soon as like I turned 20, I was over in Detroit. And Detroit then turned me over. Listen, Detroit turned me over, and it was like
He turned you out.
I learned all.
sister-in-law, man. Be quiet.
Listen, I learned all my life lessons dealing with shit that happened to me
In the hood,
here.
baby.
So Detroit was worse than what you went through.
Oh yeah.
Detroit is worse.
That's because she was too young.
She was
I was
young
too
to really
young.
know and
And listen,
understand.
when I came to Detroit, I
And when
was
you-
naive. I'm
when you
surprised
don't know
nobody
that-
else got over me like that because I was naive and I was falling for everything. But I learned lessons and I took from that and I said, I got to be better. And that's where I'm at.
That's a beautiful thing.
Well, I think that's time, ain't it, Dre?
Been time. Dress. The timer went off hour.
Okay, well, thank y'all for tuning in at another episode of Conversation with OGs.
Peace.
Peace.